Typically, when you think about breaking into a building with valuables such as a bank or museum, you might envision padlocked doors, behind which walk armed guards who watch over an elaborate security system connected to a vault. But there's one thing we sometimes tend to forget when we break into a building. Something that can quickly spot you and lead to the alarms being sounded. Something small enough to go unnoticed, but capable of destroying even the best laid plans. Security cameras. The metallic, ever-watching eyes that stare down every hallway, every vault, every restricted area. And when you're in plain sight, well, you might as well smile. After all, your death is on camera. In Plain Sight 2 is the sequel to, you guessed it, In Plain Sight. Like the original, In Plain Sight 2 has two teams, the thieves and the cameras. The thieves are part of a criminal organization, and their task is stealing. Unlike most crime games, you're not just after the valuables. You're here to clean house, literally. Every single thing you can carry is something you can steal, and there is a lot of stuff to take. Thieves can spend their hard-earned money on cards, which can give you various characters. Each thief character has its own rarity and ability. My favorite is Formula Zero, a rad racer who can sprint at high speeds for short periods of time. And there are plenty of other options, ranging from cultists to literal angels. When not moving, thieves become perfectly still in order to blend in with the crowds. This is to allow them to stealthily avoid the cameras, who are hell-bent on making sure the thieves are all thrown in the slammer. In nearly every room and every map, there is a camera deployment system. Cameras can use these to move about rooms and track thieves. Cameras are also armed with a laser cannon, which can be used to incapacitate thieves. Cameras can spend the money they earn from stopping thieves in a sort of camera vending machine. Cameras, like thief costumes, are in their own rarity tiers and have their own abilities and appearances. My favorite is the Death Ray, a sci-fi laser gun that never has to recharge and is always firing. There are a fair amount of other cameras as well, such as a camera that can place traps, or cameras that can turn the lights off. A typical round of IPS2 begins with choosing the location to rob, followed by picking a spot to break into said location. A short cutscene plays for both the thieves and the cameras, and then the robbery starts. Upon breaking in, a silent alarm sounds and the police are notified. This means that you only have 5 minutes to steal what you can. Each item has a weight and value, so picking up light items that are valuable should be your main priority. Once your bag is full of items, you must drop it off at one of the exit locations and grab a new bag before returning to work. Be careful though, as dropping off your bag plays a short animation, leaving you vulnerable to cameras. Before the police arrive at the scene, you and your fellow thieves are told to evacuate the area. You'll have to sprint to one of the evacuation points before the police arrive if you want to avoid being jailed. Cameras will be spending rounds blasting thieves. Remember that thieves stand perfectly still when they're not moving, allowing them to blend in with the crowds. Paying attention to movement and looking for changes in the crowds are key to success, as well as your aim and ability to switch positions to track and eliminate thieves. In Plain Sight 2 is a pretty solid game. Sure, cameras are a bit too effective at taking out thieves, and the card system means it can take forever to get a character or camera that's useful. And yet, despite that, I found myself enjoying stealing everything in sight. It's a challenge, definitely, but it can be pretty rewarding. When I originally wrote this script back in 2021, it seemed as though IPS2 had been abandoned. However, the developer began updating it again in 2022, and it's receiving a stable flow of content and players. So you might as well check it out. After all, what's not to love about stealing? You take stuff and make money. Honestly, I don't know why more people don't try. I'm Ticonite, and this was Flashlight. I'll see you in the bank vault.